Hey everybody, welcome back to Fireside Yarns. I am Dava, and with me as always is Vinno and Reese. Vinno, how you going, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I am fucking ecstatic. Reese, my boy, what's up?
Hey, mate, I'm also ecstatic. You know, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Well, we together right now. But look, this week, everybody, we decided to decompress a little bit and just shoot the shit again. You know, like just take a break from the more structured topics that we have on the regular. Lads, what's on your minds? What's on your minds?
Well, I don't mean to put it down on it, but this week's been a bit of a shitty week for a few reasons, and a couple of things that I'll highlight from there. But so this week got some news that a good friend of mine, Dave's, and our good friend Sean's passed away.
Shit.
Same age as us, and had a heart attack. In his family, in his home with his family. So initially, the news was a bit darker, just more than what it is. But so eventually the information fed through, and our good friend passed away from a heart attack at the age of 32, 33. So I suppose
so young.
Yeah, man, and it's scary in the sense that that's our age bracket as well, and that's the sort of thing. So I won't delve too much into it, but yeah, just something to highlight for everybody that's out there that
Without naming names, you know.
Without naming names,
everyone knows.
Yep, and it's never too young to go and get checked. I had a medical for work today, and one of the questions that I normally wouldn't have asked was in regards to, you know, my cardiac health and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. Not only that, I had another friend or another person that I grew up with from a young age lost their battle with brain cancer. So,
man, what a dark week.
It's been a shit week, mate, but it's...
Yeah, wow.
You know,
I have
highlights.
No, from school, but lovely soul. From what I can remember, a lovely, quiet person.
Wouldn't hurt a fly. Once again, the same age as us, so I suppose it just highlights the fact that you never know how much time you've got. Make every day count, and you know, when you can, tell the people that you love them, because you know things can happen quickly. But
and even
get that out the road.
Hey,
There's no point.
If you're happy with that being the rest of your dealings with that person forever, whatever. But if you ever thinking maybe one day I'll bury the hatchet, do it now, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I just wanted to get those couple of things out the road to start with, but just to remind, our listeners and our viewers to go and check yourself out. Go and make sure that you're okay, and that the people that you love are okay as well. Because
look after yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amen.
Absolutely. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, I just noticed too, actually. Was that a Master Nick print behind you?
That is.
Yeah,
that is a Master Nick print in the frame and everything. That was that one I bought when we both went to Tamworth.
Tamworth. Yeah. Man, that was a good weekend.
It was, man. It was good fun.
It was a good weekend.
Good fun.
Yeah, I'd like to I haven't been tattooed by Nick since then. Probably.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we'll probably have to go up there and get some tattoos and then head out to Bendermere to sit around the campfire, mate. That might have to be the go. Actually, to top the week off, I've just ordered a new vehicle. Right? I've ordered a new BT50.
Vehicle.
Yeah, and I was supposed to get it in December, so I got an email today, and because of the fucking chip shortage, I'm not seeing it till February, man. So that fucking topped me off today.
It's crazy at the moment, like the weights on
vehicles,
cars, especially four-wheel drives, man. Like it's just,
anything imported. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like my supervisor ordered a 79 Cruiser, man. Like,
well, they're longer.
Months ago, and he still doesn't get it till like March.
Yeah, man.
And like I think he ordered it like it'd have to be 6 months ago, man.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yep.
My dad was actually telling me a story about a guy that, because you get put in a queue or whatever for when you order, people were actually buying and selling their spots in queues.
Really?
And Dad knew of this bloke that was in line for a Land Cruiser, I think it was as well, and actually paid 20 grand for a spot to get the car sooner. I'm just like,
I'm happy to fucking wait, man.
20 grand. How long was the wait?
I mean, like, I think when he first ordered it was around the year mark. So he was jumping up by a fair few months, but like for 20 grand extra,
Yeah.
on top of like a potentially $100,000+ car.
No, I'd wait.
Like,
He's living the good life, that dude, though.
He's got too much money, man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Anyway,
Yeah.
how was your weeks, boys?
Average, normal. It was just pretty fucking beige, you know? Oh, no. I guess this is still not exciting at all, but we got some floorboards in. I'm going to do the house next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bit of DIY.
Bit of DIY.
See Dave on the block.
I was going to say, you're trying out for the block or something?
Nah. You'll get no funny dance
Fuck
routines
off,
out of
mate.
me. If everybody
That
out
was-
there,
that was not by choice.
Vinno and his missus, they're out there trying
By
to
choice.
dance their way onto television. It was good.
I could, you were definitely enthused about it. Like the body and the face were saying two different things, mate.
Mate, the whole process was very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
He just ain't got the dance skills.
You're actually
like
trying out for real, though,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh, look, she's wanted to go on a few seasons ago, and we've just sort of never gone through and done it. But yeah, we got the submission completed, and she wants to go on the next one. So, but
Imagine watching you on TV.
there's a few people that have said they're anticipating to see my fucking meltdowns. Yeah, me
dude,
just
you're
throwing
gonna-
tools at people and shit.
Yeah, you're gonna. Hey, I've worked with you with tools, man. I've seen it, and just as you've seen me as well. But that would be funny. It'd make for some good TV.
Well, see, I don't smoke now, so I suppose
You'd be even angrier.
No, I'm a lot calmer. I'm a lot calmer than what I used to be. Anyway,
How long has it been since you smoked now?
in nearly 12 months.
shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, years now, mate.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff, both of you. That's awesome.
When are you quitting?
The old cigarettes.
I haven't had a cigarette for 2 months.
Yeah, you on the vapes?
Yeah, but no nicotine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
okay.
shit. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I've got nicotine. I just haven't got it in this.
Right. Cool.
But
Just
I used nicotine vapes when I first stopped, the old analogs, but
Yeah.
I weaned off that. I haven't had nicotine in a vape for probably 3 weeks now, I guess.
Yeah, sweet.
So did you find that an
Yeah.
easy way to drop the ciggies, just to use vape as like a transition?
Yeah, I think it's. I miss the act of it more than anything. I think
Yeah. Oh man,
it's
look.
just the
I use
habit, you know. Like,
Yeah, I do miss it. In like, I'm glad I'm off them, and I don't miss having to, have a smoke. You know what I mean? It's I need smoke. I've got to have a smoke. But there's something about whether you're out in the piss or in the beer gardens or just when you have that little time of. It kind of is a good excuse to separate yourself from whatever you do.
yeah,
Like,
100%, man.
Well, for me, it was thinking time. It was 5 minutes walking
Yeah.
away from everybody and clearing my head. Not in the sense of cigarettes calm me down. If anything, like as I said, since I've quit smoking, I've been calm, like nowhere near as built up anxiety or whatever, and not as tense or wound up. But it was 5 minutes to go and clear my head, especially if I had a problem when I was working on something, I couldn't work it out. That 2 minutes to walk away and have a smoke. And by
That's
the time
why
you
you
go
smoked
back,
2 packs a day.
no, that was just because I fucking chewed durries, man. I loved them because it's like you mentioned, man, about the the process of it, and
yeah.
the interaction when someone does come over and has a smoke with you.
Mm.
So,
Even
But-
like rolling a ciggy, you know, and having that little, it's meditation time in a way, you know, and sometimes it is, I better nip out here. But it becomes like when you're in a shopping centre, every time there's an exit, you know, and you're going through every exit, you're like, oh, I think this is a good time to have a smoke. Or when I went to fucking Vegas on me honeymoon, and you can pretty much smoke anywhere there, but still, like when you went to Disney and Universal and all, you're trying to, when I went to LA, you're looking for those spots, and if you can't find them, on fucking hassle, man.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
lovely smokies.
I just, man,
Rest in peace.
the ones I miss the most are after food.
Yeah.
The morning one with the coffee.
Yeah.
And when I'm driving, that's the time I miss it the most.
Yeah.
That's
before food. While you're waiting, while every motherfucker's sitting at the table waiting, it's like, I'm going to pop out for the smoke. You come back, it's there. Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that shit.
I
want to get away from this conversation for a minute, smoke. I'll be back in a minute.
I gotta go. Yeah.
Have to have a smoke.
Yeah, anyway.
Don't smoke, everybody.
Yeah,
Don't
look,
smoke.
It's a habit I wish I never started. I'll give you the hot tip.
Light your money on fire. It's quicker.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not as sexy. But anyway, it'll ruin your life.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway.
I'll tell you a funny thing. Oh no, do you have something to say?
No, go for it, man.
It's just, I think I shared it with you, is that I had a 5-year memory on Facebook, and it was from 2016 when Donald Trump won the election. But all it said was, Alec Baldwin's going to have a good few years now.
I saw that.
And that's all it said. So there was no context. So it was just like Alec Baldwin's going to have a good few years ahead of him now. And obviously, poor old Alec is a wanted murderer. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. That's a
what
fucking
you think
rough
of that
drop.
anyway? What you think of that anyway?
It's I mean,
it's wild,
initially, as soon as I heard the circumstances around it, the first thought of mine was it's similar to Brandon Lee's.
Yeah.
You know, Bruce Lee's son. And I was wondering,
yeah,
and there was a lot of conspiracy theories around that in regards to, you know, was Bruce Lee tied up in relations with the mafia and all those sorts of things, and Yakuza, and whether it was retaliation or all that. So, yeah, but I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but it might be the first time since Brandon Lee's that something of that nature has happened on a,
I think
on a movie
something's
set.
happened with a blank, but
Yep.
nothing.
Not with a live round in a gun.
No. Especially not. I think with a blank, something's happened where people haven't put up the proper protections around crew and stuff. And I think someone was killed a couple of years ago, a member of the crew, but it wasn't by an actor or anything. But in this one, from what I remember, because it was a week or so ago, the procedure and the policy on the set was that they were supposed to have the assistant director and the sergeant of the armories, not sergeant of arms, the fucking the armory.
Hell's Angels.
What crew are you talking about?
Yeah, Hell's Angels are in there fucking.
You run there, look at it. Sorry, Gareth. I'd like to apologise to anybody who's a victim of motorcycle gang violence.
It's already, mate, we're 5 minutes in and there's the apology.
I should have apologised for us promoting cigarettes. But,
I think
lovely, sexy cigarettes.
I think you're right.
What
There
about
is
the
that
time that you
process.
revoked on? What about the time you revoked on your apology when it was to do with the English?
That's
Because
warranted.
I think I'm allowed. I think through generational trauma, I'm allowed all kinds of fuck ups there. Am I joking? I apologise to those English people allegedly.
For now.
Yeah, Alec.
For now.
Alec, like, I feel that motherfucker, because and he actually had a funny old memory himself. I think a police officer had shot an unarmed black person or something, and he had wrote, I wonder what it feels like to kill someone, or kill someone who didn't deserve to die or something like that.
Yeah.
And just people are running them through the memes and they're editing little tattoo tears on them and stuff like that.
Man,
And
there's been some
Right, the world
hectic
is
memes.
ruthless.
yeah,
The internet is ruthless, man. Like some of the
it
shit,
really is.
and it wasn't even a day after, and the memes were coming out. Like
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, but it's like I feel for him in the sense that, you know, he hasn't loaded that gun himself. He's been handed what he thought was a prop, and a safe, or as safe as you can get, gun, and to try and shoot a scene. Next minute, he's, you know, shot 2 people. So
the only way I can see him at any fault is that he is a producer, an executive producer of the show, and they were having problems with unions around they were, and apparently they'd had walkouts in the weekends prior over, and I don't think it was health and safety risks or anything like that, but or related to the guns, but
it was related to payment, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
they were talking about getting in local people, instead of paying. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But
yeah, wow.
When you bring in then, I guess not as experienced people, or that might be the case. It might just be a freak accident, like you were saying, Vinno. Not a lot, you know. And we all know in industry, workplace health and safety, accidents happen fucking all the time. And I guess for Hollywood's probably pretty good at this. The fact that it's
not if you have the right controls in place.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. there are reports that they were like shooting cans and shit before, like a day before, or. But how did it pass through? Did the prop master, did they fucking check the gun? Did they check it properly? It was handed to the assistant director. He had a look. He put it up in the air and said cold gun. The idea is that an actor is not a fucking professional. You know what I mean? You're supposed to hand them something that you should be able to hand a baby, you know?
But not only that,
man. Through experts and then an actor checks it.
Doesn't matter if
he's it up more, you know?
Doesn't matter if he's an expert or not. It's a firearm, and the fact that they're using, you know, live or real firearms in these movies, that has the potential to kill somebody in any circumstance. You know, as we found out with the blanks and whatnot. So, any firearm should be treated as a deadly weapon because that's what it is. So, you know, yes, it's
America's regulations, man.
It is, and that, I think that's the big highlight. And you know, it's been mentioned numerous times by Jim Jeffries, you know, in his stand-ups, and highlighted how crazy it is to us. Like our culture over here, where we're not gun fanatics, you know, people do have guns, and you can go and get a license, and if you've got the proper reason for it, you know, whether you want to go to a club, whether you're hunting, whether you're a primary producer, you can go and get a firearm. There's nothing stopping you unless you're a convicted criminal or you have other background issues. But
how are we supposed to protect our families without them?
Well, yeah, that's a question that constantly comes up, isn't it? You know, and this this de-armament of our society and from American talking points, and it's just garbage.
Yeah,
and it's, you know, it's pushed. It was propaganda pushed heavily by, you know, the NRA and all those sorts of organisations over in America. And the picture it paints, you know, or the people believe, Americans believe that they need their guns in every circumstance that they go in. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm glad I don't have to walk down the street with my hand on a fucking lethal weapon every time, just simply because of fear. You know, the caliber of weapons that they have, the capability of them, it's just
I don't know where you live, man, but I live that life every day here in Fletcher.
Dox himself.
No, but it's
Dox himself. You're going to have all the firesiders outside your house now, Reese.
Yeah, mate.
He's in Fletcher. But like, having a gun in your house, in America, statistics show that you're more likely to die, whether it's from yourself or having an accident in the home.
Yep.
It doesn't protect you more. Having a dog protects you more, because people are less likely to invade your home if you have a dog of any kind that's going to create noise or a hassle. Why it's part of the culture over there is because they have a lot of countries have a revolutionary background.
Yep.
But Americans are because they're a republic, and it's with their Second Amendment, the idea of their guns is anti-tyranny. So they, even though it's silly to think they could ever take on the government, and you know what I mean.
But that's the agenda that's been pushed, and you know, you and I have spoken a fair bit about the education system and where it lacks in a lot of aspects there. Then you bring in the extreme religion side of it, and my belief is that extreme religion, or you know, takes away critical thinking skills. So you take that away in the sense of how extreme some of these areas in America are with their religion and the lack of education. It doesn't take much for this propaganda to really sink in, and these people just have never had a chance to sort of step back and go, well, hang on, I've got my AR-15, which is, you know, a semi-automatic, but, you know, me and me 5 mates or me 10 mates that have formed a militia have got no fucking chance of taking on the American government. But they think that they do have that opportunity and they do have that chance because that's what they're told from a young age, and they just haven't built those skills to sit back for a second and go, well, this is stupid. What I've been told my whole life is not right. So it's
whatever makes them feel safe at night.
Yeah,
I think you're right. It's a fear thing.
It is.
It's not, and I guess with religion, it obviously that's can turn you onto extremist things, but as well, it's nationalism. So they're not only afraid of their government, they're afraid of foreign invaders. They're again, we were talking about these guys as well. Just want somewhere. I think we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. These guys just want to be part of something. So that's when those militias and all come into place. A lot of these guys, you know, it's a tradition, and it's been there from a long time, since when the KKK was disbanded. The NRA started, I think, within the year.
Yep.
And a lot of Americans, for a lot of different reasons, they have so much access to them. And you know what? If I lived in America with that many guns, I'd probably want a gun too. You know what I mean?
It gets to that point, where
sadly,
you know, if everybody around you has one, you feel you need to have one for your own safety in case they do flip out. But
if you can't beat them, join them.
It's sad because, I mean, you look at it, it's no secret how many school shootings and how many people just in general have died due to gun violence over there.
Yeah.
And unnecessary gun violence, you know, and we probably over here will never understand it completely. And you never, especially in our lifetime, I don't think you're ever going to get these people, or, you know, people to sort of change their outlook on them. There is obviously a lot of Americans that, you know, want guns to be not outlawed, but regulated.
That's right.
Regulation isn't stopping you from having guns. You know, you look over here, we've got access to guns. You know, but
it makes you take the right avenues in order to achieve owning them.
Well, what it does is
criminal checks and mental checks and
licenses.
I can't just lose my cool.
Tests. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I can't just have an argument with someone, lose my cool, go down to Woolies, buy a gun, rock around there and shoot them.
He's coming right for us.
Yeah,
like that's literally what's happening now. And funnily, with the Kyle Rittenhouse trials at the moment.
Yeah,
in America with the Kenosha shooter during the Black Lives Matter protest. Mm-hmm. But I have a hot take on that, so I'll probably fucking scoot a bit. I've always thought that morally, look, of course, these guys are there and they're hoping someone's going to start shit so that they can use these weapons.
Oh, absolutely.
But looking at them, and I've out of all my lefty buddies out there, like, and I, you know what I mean? Like, I've always had the hot take of, but don't charge him. Don't try and hit him with a skateboard. Don't pull a gun out on him. Now all of a sudden he's got reason to shoot you by American standards, not by our. I don't think he's able to kill someone for, you know. But as an American and an underage person, he's a kid as well. That's what a lot of people are forgetting. So I give so much lax to kids, and I see it more tragic in how they were brought up. But Yeah, I think he will end up, at least for majority of his charges, will end up as self-defense. And a lot of people are like, oh, but he wasn't old enough to own the gun, or he was cross state lines and didn't have a parent. I'm like, well, okay, give him the fucking the fine. You know, otherwise, you can't say if he had a license, then he could have defended himself. You know, it is either. It only comes down to a self-defense argument, because those other things, crossing state lines when it's 20 minutes from his house, you know, he's that close to a border, it's not going to wash in court. And to say that he provoked them, again, there's videos of him being charged, and he's a kid, and he's 17, and his parents are those militia-y motherfuckers, and that you can see the people he's been hanging out with since. And it's just a whole tragedy. But here's another thing, because of their crazy laws, this shit's going to happen. That you can't tell if someone has their license or not. They can go around with an AR-15. But I gave up. I used to argue with Americans all the time about guns, but I gave up when Sandy Hook happened. And they didn't give a shit after those kids were killed. To me, it was like, all right, well, stop wasting time. I just got to be happy that I live in
I
the
lost my
country.
patience. I lost my patience when more of them turned around and said, well, let's bring out more guns. You know, let's put a security guard in the schools, and let's arms teachers and shit like that.
The teachers,
and that's why I laughed.
Imagine we would all be dead now. We would be dead now.
And Mr. Farrell would have shot Sean and I, man.
Fairness.
But you know, it's just, to us, that is just crazy, and it's so illogical, and to not just us but plenty of people around the world. That is just crazy. But like you were saying, if they can't, if something as tragic as that and things that have happened since occurs, and they still can't look at that and go, well, fuck, we need to change something, you're talking to a brick wall, you know? And I'm thankful that we have the regulations that we have over here, because of the reason that our kids are going to grow up without the fear of going to school and getting shot. I'm going to be able to go to work and send my kids to school and not wondering whether it's the last time I'm going to see them because someone's had, you know, a rough upbringing or been bullied, and going to go in there and shoot the whole school up, you know. And I obviously do not agree with bullying, but I'm more against people going in and shooting kids at a school because of bullying, if you know what I mean.
So I think you're like living proof that people can change.
Me?
Yeah, it used to be the biggest bully I've ever known.
Like, fuck.
Nah.
How did I? Man, I was an entrepreneur.
I was not a bully in high school, everybody.
Yeah, he invented bullying.
No, I used to sell durries. That was my profession.
Loan sharking for durries. Yeah. Nah.
I'm only joking.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. We apologise to everyone who Vinno bullied in school. Everyone.
He cops fair enough.
Name one.
Well, we can't. I wouldn't want to dox anybody on here as a victim.
Yeah, no, neither.
And honestly, if this has been recorded, you know, let's just move on.
Pair of fucking dickheads.
See, wait, see that? See that? He's straight into us.
Back to the topic, I guess. But we're lucky because the Conservatives brought it in. John Howard had the balls to be like, you know, let's get some sense about us. And like Jim Jeffries was like Australia's like, yeah, no, you're probably right. Like Americans are like, you won't take from my cold dead hands, and Australia's like, you know what, you're probably right, mate. Yeah, that's fact.
Yeah.
And they just and we do it in all facets of life. Really, we're very lucky. We have huge workplace health and safety regulations protecting our workers where they don't have shit. But yeah, guns is on a whole nother level. Isn't it?
For a first world country, they're very backwards, and yeah, it's in from what we see. Like, I've never been to America, and to be honest, it's not on the first place on my bucket list to go to.
I love America.
Yeah, look, there's plenty of aspects that are very enticing, but
the risk.
No, not the risk. There's other places that I want to see first. You know, and
It's always been pretty high on the list for me.
Yeah, you love
love
your American
America, yeah.
sports and stuff though too, don't you? Like
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Music, culture.
Yeah, the music, the culture, yeah, all of that.
I'd love to go to Jordan and Petra and Egypt and Babylon, fucking Iran and Iraq. I'd love to go there, but I guess they're places that are historically, rich. But right now it's dangerous as fuck.
It is,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, so America might even be, a bit safer than some of the places where, unfortunately, some of our greatest historic sites are in the world.
There's a lot of Europe I'd like to see.
Oh yeah, man, that's old as fuck. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
But again, Australia, we have the oldest artwork ever here by humans. The oldest fucking signs of creative mind, and that's beautiful in its own way, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, get in the comments and tell us what your thoughts are, because especially if you are from America or you've been over there for a certain amount of time, because we'd love to know what your thoughts are, and if there's anything that we sort of not understanding about the culture, the gun culture, and that's over there that does make sense to most Americans. We'd love to know. I personally would like to know, because I just can't understand that culture. And look, I like guns. It's not that I
guns.
Yeah, it's not.
We need them as well.
It's not that I flat out hate guns.
What do you need that for? Protection. Protection from what? The Germans.
Don't say too much, mate. We'll have to put a copyright thing on the fucking. But
Turkish.
yeah, the way our gun culture is, I suppose, as opposed to over there, is just chalk and cheese. Like, it's, yeah. But anyway,
But, yeah, they're needed over here too. I mean, like, there's the other side of it too. There's people that want to just get rid of all guns in Australia, and obviously, no, they're tools needed by farmers. We're a rural country. There does need to be a monopoly with guns, with police, armed forces. Yeah, there's so much. They are a tool, and for recreation too. I think we've got it right. I think we got it right.
and I think if
Like,
they're
in
viewed as a
Britain and
tool,
stuff, like in England, the cops don't carry guns, eh?
Yeah. I grew up in Ireland. I'd never seen a gun been held by a police officer in my life. But we've no gun culture, so they have to match, what they're taking on. If they need guns, they would have special divisions that would be sent out.
These are the guns you Irish use.
Yeah. Why don't you learn how to fight, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Instead of fucking hiding behind your door, ready to shoot up your own house with your kid in the other room, you dopey. You know what? I love everybody out there, and please like and subscribe. Regardless, get in the comments, and constructive criticism is welcome.
But yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, mate. They're tools, and they should be used as tools. And we've got a lot of introduced species over here that do a hell of a lot of damage, and some of the most efficient and humane ways to deal with those pests is with firearms. So,
Ain't
yeah.
That's a day up there in Queensland. They love that shit, sadly.
Yeah, it's a day out with my youngest brother, mate. Trust me, he loves that shit.
They're golfing.
Yeah, so
We did not endorse any horrible acts like that in Fireside. Yeah.
I just
Yeah, we got to. Yeah.
I can't do that.
Nah, me neither.
What's that?
I can't.
I can't shoot.
Whacking day.
animals, man.
Yeah.
it comes
didn't grow
down to
up with
me. Yeah, looks. It comes down for me. If it's a pig, wild pig, or something, or a deer, the amount of damage that they do to our ecosystem. Some of these animals do so much damage to our natural habitats for our native animals. And look, it's not their fault at the end of the day, because they were introduced, they were brought over here, but they have to be controlled, and that got to be a humane way of doing that as well. And as I said, the most humane way of doing it is with a firearm.
From a helicopter.
Yeah,
No,
for those
but they
remote.
do
No,
that.
from
That happens.
Chopping them up.
Yeah.
those
They need to do that for deer and brumbies.
the remote
and,
areas. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Because you can't. Some of the terrain that they live in, and this is why they thrive, is because they can get into those really remote areas. They've adapted to those areas, and that's where they become a problem, because they basically take over that area, all the natural, all the native wildlife and plantation and stuff just gets a hiding.
Destroy the flora as well,
Yeah.
don't they? They just trample it all over the shit.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
So it's also the it's flora and fauna that is damaged by this stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
But,
So
another thing, hunting. You know, like if it's done correctly, and if you're culling or however you want to look at it, as opposed to factory farms, I can see a massive moral, I could see a moral decision being made to only eat ethically sourced meat that isn't factory farmed, and this animal, was lived its life out there. Like kangaroo is probably the most ethical meat you can eat, because they run the fuck around. They are cold, taste good.
that's the important
But
thing.
I don't argue with vegans, man, because they're kind of right. You know what I mean? And then maybe it's improbable to expect the whole world to be able to switch over, because there are cultures that depend on and need to live, and there's countries, huge countries, that right now depend on factory farming and GMOs to survive and to become first world countries. But ethically, you could argue, kind of like Reese was saying. I think one day we'll look back and be like, fuck, we used to eat fucking, like, you know what I mean? Because we've removed ourselves from a natural cycle. Lots of running around on bicycles and shit and flying around in steel tubes. Like, I don't know. Maybe the separation. Yeah, different times.
I think the only time I'd ever, would be 100% in a survival situation. You know what I mean? Like, for the sake of needing food, like I've got a pretty keen interest in like bushcraft and stuff, and survival's a big part of that. And like a big part of bushcraft is learning how to trap and make traps and snares, and curing and preserving meat in the wild. All that's bushcraft is essentially it's long-term survival. That's what it's. That's what it is.
And so
we watch Bear Grylls.
In comes, like with that comes, using the whole animal as well. Like
That's right,
killing something, you're not wasting it. And that's the big thing is when it comes down to killing, in my opinion, native animals for that reason, for survival and whatnot. Using the whole animal so that it actually
isn't it
means something.
funny how much we like? Not to go off subject here, but like, isn't it funny how we have to say, in my opinion, so much now? It fucking does my head,
Look,
it really fucking does. Like,
look, yeah, it does. It's a well, let's get into that in a
Do you
second
though?
because
Do you though? Like, what do you mean?
I think, like just through, I don't know if it, I wouldn't say it's fear, but it's like, through someone correcting you or calling you out or saying that it's wrong. And it's just like,
I don't, so that's not why I say it. I say it to simply clarify the fact that I'm not speaking on behalf of you boys.
Yeah.
Because, this is my opinion. And you're sharing your opinions. This is what Fireside's all about. But what I think, we've just shown a difference of opinion in the sense that you say, like, but I'm not speaking for you boys, and hence that's why I say it in this circumstance. If I was talking to, my brothers or anything, fuck no, I'm not going to say that. They can get fucked. Not in the sense that I don't like them, but we've got that understanding. I do understand where you're coming from in the sense that, yes, people from the outside looking in, judging you based off something that you say 100%, just because they disagree with it. We've gotten away in society from that agree to disagree to a point.
Agree.
Yeah, I was going to say it. I was going to say
that.
it.
But I want to agree to disagree to a degree.
Yeah. But
there are different degrees to it, isn't there?
With people just get too emotional about it.
I
you
just
know, about
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Yeah, I think people just need to relax and try and see things from other people's points of view before they judge them and jump down their throats, you know, because everybody has had a different upbringing. You know, in my circumstance, I've grown up on a farm where, you know, we had our own pigs and we raised them, and that's what we had for Christmas dinner, you know, and we had to take care of the pests, like in regards to animals. No, I'm not talking rats and stuff like that. I'm talking about pigs and wild dogs and those sorts of things, because if you didn't suppress them, I suppose, then the amount of damage and as I said, the impact that they have on our natural habitat is phenomenal.
Yeah, rabbits, foxes as well. Like,
mate, like I'd rather see a bilby than a rabbit any day in this country, because a bilby is native. So you know, if I had the choice, you know, over a bilby or a rabbit, and I had to kill one of them, it'd be the rabbit. Okay, that's the way it comes down to it, because the bilby is native to this country, and they are at risk because of foxes and those sorts of things. So that's what it comes down to for me. And I suppose you can argue that that's an ethical choice, but it's you know, if you don't control one, they'll wipe out the other, and unfortunately, the ones that are being wiped out are the native ones. So.
And the native animals as well are being native and natural to the habitat. They know how to survive and thrive with the ecosystem there. Whereas these introduced animals will fucking just eat. They will trample. They're just trying to get sustenance to survive and populate now.
They have no predators. They have no predators. And that's the problem.
That's where we step in.
That's right. Yep. So there's no
rabbits.
There's no circle of life in the sense that, you know, they do have predators, and it doesn't work like over here as what it would in Africa, you know, with your lions, and there's a cycle. It doesn't happen here, you know, because the only predator essentially is the wild dogs and dingoes, if it wasn't sort of for us.
Rockies.
So, yeah, I'm talking sort of down this area. I'm not too familiar with that.
I'm just always scared. I'm just always on the lookout. So I don't know. I'm not hip to I didn't grow up with it like you guys, so I got to be ready in case a little croc.
Have you seen the crocs in Lake Burley Griffin, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, the ones there, because it's Canberra, they're just a bit more chill, so you can go up to them as well. It's the cod.
Probably because they've all got
you
two plants in their back swamp.
But they're allowed to prepare adults. So again, if there's a mammy gator and the daddy alligator, they're allowed 4.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and just don't tell the baby. And by gator, I mean crocodile, obviously. I'm not from here. But yeah, there's actually a giant cod in Lake Burley Griffith that takes people. And not out to dinner, motherfuckers. Whoop.
Fuck hell. But yeah, look, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, like there, Reece, and I agree with you in the sense that. But at the same time, I think it's a progression thing as well. Like, you're acknowledging that. Yes,
it was probably a bit boomer of me to talk about it like that.
Look, it was very boomer, and I think you should go and fucking check yourself. But
before I wreck myself.
Kids today, you always have to clarify yourself. In my opinion, kids today are just fucking.
I don't want to have to sit here and apologise for everything.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Yeah. Don't start that argument.
Oh, well, we won't get into that.
It honestly blows my mind that it's even an argument. It's clear that it does belong on pizza. So
yeah. Well, you wouldn't put pizza on your pineapple. That's how I look at it.
I would.
You know?
Bro, 2 yums do not make a yuck. I've been saying it for years.
Actually. Yeah. I agree with that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a rule to live by, dude. I'm telling you.
Here, I'm not skipping on the meals. Let me tell you, I'll eat it. I'll eat them one after another if I have to. Although I do like pineapple on pizza if it's with something hot, like jalapenos, and pineapple together. Maybe that could be something that I'll rock.
Sweet and spicy.
Yeah, those go together nicely. With the rhymes again.
It's like hot sauce with mango.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Hot sauce with
One of the
mango.
hot- one of the hot ones. One has it. Is it Lost?
and Steve actually sent me a photo. He made a hot sauce this week out of mango,
Yeah, right.
and it had habaneros and green chilies. In it.
Habanero, yeah, habanero and
Habanero.
mango's like a thing, isn't it? It's like a go-to.
Yeah,
And vinegar.
yeah. I wish I could try it. Wish you could just.
Dude,
like,
I tell you
send
what.
it.
Tell you what, you need to try is some of Hicksy's Reaper sauce.
Yeah, hell yeah.
haven't had
I
it yet.
would love
Oh,
that.
dude.
Ixie, get at me, bro. I want some of that.
Mate, he
And if he grows chilies, eh?
I
grow
don't know if
chilies?
he was getting a heap off me. He gets his Reapers
grow
off
chilies?
Stouty. I did have a chili
Oh,
tree when I
Stouty
was,
grows.
yeah, but yeah, he'll make it for you if you can get if Stouty's got some at the time. But if you ask him for some Reaper sauce, man, it is fucking next
Pixie.
level,
Give me some Reaper sauce,
man.
please.
We should do a hot ones on the show.
I would love
Our
to
own
do
little
a
hot
hot
ones.
ones, dude.
We'd have
I
to
would
buy the
love
packs.
to. Yeah,
Buy the packs. We'll do a dab on. Yeah, I'll
we
I'll
should
fucking
do.
that.
Oh, actually, our first episode when we get together should be the hot ones.
Yes, that way we're all having the exact same one. Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
I'd be
I'm
so
gonna ruin
proud.
that night.
fucking
That's gonna
gonna
ruin
hate
that.
Hate
I
that
would, I would
episode.
also like to do that. You know, like the hottest chip challenge.
Oh,
you've
the
seen?
Dorito, isn't it?
Nah.
What is it called?
You can
Yeah, it's like a
fuck-
corn chip.
You can
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
off with
yeah.
that. No,
I low key want to try it.
no.
Why not, Vinno? Don't you like
why
a bit
not?
of spice? A little bit of
I will
spice.
happily be pepper sprayed in front of a group of people. I'm not fucking eating that shit,
Well, who's got the pepper spray?
mate. I've got a
You heard it here
fucking
first.
man. I've got an awesome video, and I'll send it through to you.
I feel like you've showed me it before.
Is this the one from WA?
Yeah, yeah.
It involves Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
Man, fucking classic. I've still got that shit. Give me the
Yeah.
water. Give me the water.
Well, we'll have the hot wings, Dave, and you can have the
You can be the
pepper
judge.
spray.
You can dust our brows, and you can come to us with cold milk, massages, all that shit. Hey, you can host that one. We'll see.
right.
Me
Yeah,
and Reese will go
yeah.
toe to toe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do it as a competition. See who pulls out first.
that's what she said. You know, I promised myself I wouldn't have a that's what she said. Reese had a nice one before we went live. Actually,
What's that? I
Probably
missed that. Sorry.
you had a that's what she said in the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
I love that joke. It's my favorite joke, man. So
Fucking
applicable.
hell. It is
Everything.
in many circumstances.
Everything. Yeah. I mean, you just watch The Office, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what she said.
Best.
I still prefer I do prefer the British one, but there's just not enough
That's what
of
she
it.
said.
Yeah, that's a she. Oh, that would crush me. That would crush me. In particular. Oh man,
Oh
they
goodness.
come over here and they take
Fuck.
all our.
Anyway, how does,
Hey,
how do you feel about fucking the last few weeks' episodes anyway, boys? Moving forward.
Dog shit.
From,
Need to improve.
yeah.
Oh, mate, there's
think
some
it's
technical difficulties in there.
Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
gonna
in
have
all
to
seriousness,
start-
that was complete sarcasm. I was only joking. I think we've been doing pretty good, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Maybe to inject some energy in, we can do what they're doing on Twitch. We can get a hot tub, and yeah.
Bikinis and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. People
make
wanna
your ass
see it.
cheeks clap, you know?
People want us to bring the fire to their side.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
I've only got a teeny tush though, bro. There's no clapping from these cheeks. I'll give you the hot
Hey,
tip.
I like them all sizes. You know? If it can fit in me
There's no
hand, anything more than
discrimination at the
handfuls of waist, Reese. Anything more than handfuls of waist, mate.
No, that's a
A,
lie. That's a lie.
British standard handful.
Well, the problem with British hands is they
BSH?
take.
Oh,
They take. Yeah, all right, mate. That's a nice little country you got there, mate. Whoop, whoop. Gone. Oh, what are you
Whereas-
talking about? I know what you're talking about.
We're
It's in
givers
my
at the
fucking
end of the day.
museum now, mate, isn't it?
What you got a problem?
We're givers over here at the fireside. We don't take. We
Yeah,
give.
yeah. We take criticism, but we give love. We give love. Not like them fucking Jedis. Fucking Jedis, man. Here, they are evil cunts. Any Star Wars heads out there? Jedis are the worst motherfuckers in the world. They're evil.
Who's Jed and what's wrong with his eyes?
Fuck
was
you,
Vinno.
man! You are
Vinno,
coming out.
yeah.
You are coming out with some boomer shit tonight. You just fucking
Right.
need to chill.
The dad joke central.
You need to chill.
Yeah, no,
Fuck.
boomers would understand a Star Wars joke.
Trying to open up a new fucking. What's the?
I was actually going to ask you. You were saying
big
before we hit play that you had something happen to you today, and you never actually fucking told us what it was.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, we made them wait.
Yeah, we said shut the fuck up, Reese. No one wants to hear from you, but now we actually do want to hear from you. So
I fucking lost my shit when it happened. So I went to Officeworks to pick up my desk this afternoon, and I was like, oh, I'll have a bit of a look around while I'm here, you know, do a bit of browsing. Hannah was with me. Anyway, walked in this aisle, and there's this like old fella. I reckon he would have been, he'd have to be late 70s, I reckon. And hey, I'm just looking at the shelves and stuff, and he's like right there next to me. And man, this dude just let rip the biggest, wettest fart, bro.
Oh, that's no
I
fun.
don't know.
And I just kind of stopped and looked at him. He didn't stop browsing, didn't stop what he was doing.
No
and
shame.
And did it again. Not once, he did it twice. Wet, sloppy ass fucking. But I don't know if he just didn't give a fuck or if he just didn't even know that it happened, man.
Will be both. At that age, you're rocking the no ears, you're rocking deafness, but you're also rocking not giving a fuck, right? Fair play to him. Wait,
Oi, I was so impressed. I was so
Man,
impressed.
he must have seen you coming and went, fuck this cunt. And just
It's
fucking.
defense mechanism.
yeah. That might be what he does. I'm gonna go to office works tonight and fart on cans. No one will say it, and I'm old. You know.
He gets home.
I'm gonna get that.
Oh, how many did you get tonight, love? Oh, I got this fucking dickhead with a green hat on.
Yeah.
He had fucking tattoos that I didn't like, and I fucking wetted him.
It was so wet, dude. I was just like,
That's in your beard now. Yeah. Told you. Hey,
Oh, that's
Nah,
fucking
dude.
circle of
Like,
life now.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, you know, like that comes to is that an age thing? Like, did he not give a fuck? Did he not know?
I think it's harder to hold, surely, when you get older because you start shitting yourself again. Right? Yeah, when I'm allowed socially, when it's socially acceptable for me to just be like, change me, I'm going to do it. Like, but I want to shit here. Because I want to see who loves me. I want to see who the fuck who loves me.
Oh,
Like,
I feel
look
sorry
me,
for poor
Arston.
Maisie.
Wipe my
Yeah.
ass.
Or her husband or whoever the fuck, you know, it might
Maybe
be,
Colin.
I'd
Maybe
say
Colin.
Em will be there for her. Nah, I reckon we'll be cleaning Colin before me. I've got the good genes. We'll see if you really listen to this motherfucker.
Is that before or after you shit? You got the good genes.
Oh, here, he's big pun now.
Oh,
Big
he
pun.
is. These entendres are coming out, man. He's got a set of turntables, and next minute he thinks he's fucking something special.
Oh, man.
Oh, fucking hell.
I am the special son, mate. My mum tells me all the time.
You're only
You're
son.
special. I'm telling them that as whole.
But man, like I love farts. Farts will never not be funny to me.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
man. Yeah, it's one of
Criticize all you want. Farts are hilarious.
Yeah.
My sister hates farts, and I think she's boring for it.
Yeah. Universal language.
If you can't fucking
I
laugh at a good
understand a
fart.
fart from any man. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Get it out, mate. Sometimes it's like, oh, I love farts to have a question. because they go, huh?
Or an exclamation point.
Yeah, it's a, yeah, because you're like, oh shit, he closed that. He was pinching that fucker. And if he wasn't, fair play to him. He's got that.
Well, I suppose
He's still got the elasticity to.
Tighter noose.
like you said,
You don't want.
farts can tell a lot about a person.
Yeah.
They can. If you're going to hold a fart, you can tell that person's trying to be polite.
Yeah.
But,
I'll try to aim it because you're trying to zone in. I seen that the other day. Poop is when you say poop, your lips make the same movement that your arse makes when you're pooing. It goes poop because it goes poop. That's the snap. It's one of those words that sound like
that's
bang.
how much elasticity is in your asshole, though. That depends on whether it snaps back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Vinno's farts is like he's a host, because every time he farts, it's like welcome.
Fucking hell. Do you remember actually that fucking night? I don't know where we'd been, man, but we sat in the car after. It was you and I for about an hour and a half trying to have a fucking fart competition and try and gas each other.
And we got kind of Dutchy and up, isn't it?
Man, no one farted.
Dutchy and Dutch ovening up.
No one farted.
We were both horrible.
We were dry as. Yeah. Yeah, fucking hell.
Old mate today was not dry. It was wet.
It was
dude.
moist.
Oh, very.
You want a bit of moisture, right?
Look at
you
what
don't
we've
want
got to look forward to.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I am looking forward to it. I'm with Dave. Yeah. I look forward to the day when I can stand in an aisle and fucking swamp fart somebody that's walking past judging me and not give a fuck.
It's not my fault. No. That's all you have to say. No, I'm old.
Yep.
Or when you can shit in public and it's accepted.
Yeah. You could do that now. You've just got to not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, true. Yeah. Depending on where you want to shit, I suppose.
Homework this week. Who can do the most interesting public shit?
This fucking episode's going way downhill, but
it always does when it goes to fart.
Well, mate, we are shooting the shit, so
yeah, straight to the bottom, so to speak.
What's that?
Straight to the bottom, so to speak.
If it's brown, send it down, people.
So that was what you were itching to tell us at the start.
Yeah, man, it was funny, bro.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking hilarious. But
yeah, just the
not urgency that you had.
It's just.
It was
the most interesting thing that happened to me today.
He earned that. He earned that trip from Vietnam. That man went to Vietnam so he could peacefully fart here.
Yeah,
and for us,
you interrupted him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I apologise.
It's like I'm trying to fart here, young man.
I've come to the fucking diary section to fart. What the fuck are you doing here?
You better not tell 44 people on fucking YouTube about this motherfucker. Whippersnapper.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, fucking hell.
Good on him, mate. Good on him.
No, but in a good bonus to this week, I got me turntables, so that's sick.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Greasy Reese. Fuck yeah.
You've been...
Yeah. I mean, look, I've wanted turntables since I was in high school. I don't know if you remember Michael Gibbons, but he used to have turntables at his house when I was in high school, man, and I was sold from that very moment, the first time I ever touched them. And obviously, being the big hip hop head that I am, it's always been a thing. And yeah, I want to get a bit of a vinyl collection going on and just have a bit of a creative outlet, bit of a musical outlet again that I don't have to go anywhere or, I'm not even going to try and like play shows or anything. If it happens, it happens. But I just want to learn the craft.
Fuck yeah.
Are you
man.
gonna like go to like the salvos and try and find like random ass LPs and vinyls that you can get little samples from?
Yeah, man.
Little trumpet loops and little
Yeah,
fucking
100%.
yeah, man. Yeah, that's the shit.
Yeah, I really want to learn, like, dabble in some sampling. That for 100%. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
That's hip hop, isn't it? That's
Fucking oath.
fucking basic, beautiful, to the bone, fucking hip hop.
Find some good breaks and just
Man,
Maybe have a
definitely
hip hop intro to our fucking Fireside. Man, that'd be good.
better than a shitty recording of one. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
You should actually send me that beat.
I thought you were deprecating
it's in
your
the
original
emails.
track.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I haven't got to that. I'd like to do it. I set up my interface last week and I was playing with my guitar a bit, but I haven't plugged it in again.
No, they should all be there, so you can.
And obviously, when we start our new metal band, like,
Yeah.
we're
Oh man, Limp Bizkit's new album.
I still haven't listened to it.
Oh,
I
bloody
haven't
hell.
either.
It is a lovely little Limp Bizkit album. You've got to check it out. It's so funny. It's called Limp Bizkit Still Sucks, I think. And it's so good. They have a song about how they sucks, but everybody forgot that they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I like that vibes. There's so many good new metal riffs there from Wes Borland. If you like the Chocolate Starfish and Significant Other, these are in the vein of that, you know?
Yeah, right.
But if I were you, I'd find some time to listen to just that album. Because there's some downs, but there's some highs and there's some nostalgia there for sure. But yeah, just a great showing from the Biscuit Boys, you know. They're definitely I think they're underrated and overrated at the same time. A lot of bands like that. Like they really were at the tip top of the new metal scene, but I don't think they get their creative bones anymore, you know. Yeah.
Speaking of Limp Bizkit too, how good was that? What's he called? Is it So What's Up? The thing that DJ Premier's doing?
Oh yeah.
Like he's old making beats and stuff.
From the floppy disks. So he goes back to some of his classic beats and he talks about how he put them together, and he actually has the fucking the physical hard copy of when he would use
Floppy
it.
disk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And he talks about not because End Together now with Method Man, which Reese was actually going to have on one of his lists, which is a fucking cracker hip hop song and a fantastic beats, and it shows him how they approached Premier, and he's like, I don't know about this, Fred Durst, I'm not really into that stuff. Method Man's going to be on it, and he's like, okay, well, let's have a listen.
Yeah.
And then Fred heard that he kind of was a bit apprehensive, and Fred came to visit him, and he was able to convince DJ Premier that he was a fucking
hip hop head.
He was like, okay, I'll
Do the
talk with
history
Fred.
and
He brought that sample record for him to use, and he's like, holy shit, this guy knows hip hop.
what are they called? They only get like maybe 10 plays out of them.
That's right. And it's got the ad-libs on it, Vinno, so it has all this, bring it on.
Yeah. And he actually used that to scratch the samples when on the recording. He actually used Fred Durst.
And like,
what are they
like
called?
Reece said,
I
can't remember what it is, but because of the fucking plastic, you can only use it so much, and then you rip it, it's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would have to find out what is, because it was like a really old school way of sampling. Again, like I'd say people got rid of it simply because of, it's wasteful.
Yep.
But it was so pure old school hip hop. And Fred's from that. They're from that whole Ice-T Syndicate, House of Pain, Cypress Hill. All those guys are all connected.
Fuck yeah.
Great fucking good album. Check it out, everybody. Don't expect it to be fucking Master of Reality by Black Sabbath or something. It's just a good, fun, weird COVID fucking surprise,
Yeah.
It's I've heard a lot of people saying they've heard it and it brings back a lot of the memories, like you were mentioning with nostalgia and stuff like that. So that, in coming out of a pretty shit time with COVID lockdowns and all that sort of stuff, it's a bit of joy for everyone. So you can't condemn that. Fuck no.
Yeah.
So
just as everyone thought we were getting back to normal. Oh no, it's better than that.
Speaking of which, so I said to you today, I copped another positive test today.
Anti-antigen?
Another one?
Yeah, man. That's my second. So
wow.
They are so sensitive, those fucking tests. We don't use them because
I've only had one.
if you are being 100% as tight arse as you want to be, and you don't want to let anything slip through, they do work. They will, you know what I mean? But they pick up everything.
Man.
So what did it end up being? So obviously you test negative for COVID.
Negative. So I went and had to go and get the up the nose test.
PCR, yeah.
Yeah. So and that came back as negative as well
this weekend. Yeah.
Well, so the last time I
get
tested positive, I had to take myself, Rin, and Oliver.
Yeah.
So he's not even 2.5, and he had the thing up his nose. He took it like a champ, man. Like,
yeah, they're better than us, man. The kids. Maisie took hers
If
like
his
a
nose
champ.
is anything like yours.
no, he's not. He's
Vinno's
lucky.
like, have you done it yet? He's got his arm like an artificial insemination.
They went and got a fucking broomstick and like taped the little thing on the end of it.
I gagged, man. They put it in my mouth, the same fucking stick. They swabbed it on both sides of my throat, and then took it out of my mouth and stuck it up my fucking nose, man. A wet thing. I was like, lads. I guess it's not like you're spitting in your own nose or anything like that, because it's all the same shit. It was unsettling. It was unsettling. And he almost didn't tell me, and I was like,
well, see,
and then I was like, all right, that's over with, and it's up my nose, and I'm like, hey, yeah.
The first time I had it done, they were like, oh, then we're just going to take a swab from your nose. So I thought they were just going to like do just around your nose, which would have taken them a fucking good half an hour to do mine anyway.
Fucking intimate.
No, they don't poke your brain.
Man,
a little bit of brain there.
Yeah.
I nearly put my hand on the back of his head when he was doing it. It was that intimate.
Wow.
I'm only joking, everybody. Half
I was
joking.
going to say, I was going to try and look her in the eyes, but I can't do that at the best of time anyway. So
yeah.
Look it straight
Never
anyway.
look him in the eye. No, don't show weakness. Almost look disgusted.
Remember, don't give a fuck. That's the aim.
Yeah,
That's right. That's
fart
the
while she's putting it in.
A wise man once said,
That's what she said.
I just don't give a fuck. That's what she said. She says some shit, doesn't she?
She does.
I want to know who the fuck she is, because she's a dirty
said.
bitch.
Unfortunately, if you've ever heard that in your life,
You're in for a bad time.
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
But
Shout
anyway,
out
I
Marcus
suppose one of the big things that we've been talking about for the last few weeks is the new COD coming out and getting on there and doing a bit of a live stream while we play. So,
Yeah.
I'd be fucking keen as to do something like that.
Yeah. Let's do it up.
So,
And if you
I haven't
haven't
played
been to
since
the
last
Discord-
Friday.
just because you're a weak bitch.
Yeah, man, we've been listening you out there, that sniper rifle. But everybody, look, if you come to our Discord, Reese has set up FSY Gaming. There's lobbies for Warzone if you want to go duos, you want to go plunder, you want to go fucking quads, you want to fucking get in just the whole party chat. Hop in there. If you're in there and we're playing at the same time, we can get on it. Vanguard, Warzone. I'm sure the other lads have a couple of games over there playing. Fucking get amongst it, because he did a lot of work there, and it's awesome. So, and we're in there.
Even if
You
you're
can
not
meet
playing,
your favourite firesider for free, you know?
even if you don't play
for now.
games
For
or
now.
anything like that, then you just want to get on and chat, talk shit, give it some
Yeah,
feedback, like, or whatever. Like, yeah, jump in there. We'd be
A
keen
mental
as.
health check. DM us. Chat with us. We're here for it all, because a lot of our audience is people we know and friends as well. So, we're here to chat. Just like to reiterate from the other episode, which that was probably, I'm still getting over that. I think that mental health episode was just really, really cool.
Yeah,
It was really, really cool.
I
and
think one of
important, for us,
the
in my opinion,
the
Reece.
best, some of the best feedback we've had was from a good friend of
Yeah,
ours
for sure.
who said that they didn't realise that how much they needed that, in a sense. So hearing them say that was really, really nice to hear. Not just for the fact that it's feedback for us, but hearing that, we were able to do something to sort of help someone else.
And ourselves. I got a lot from that.
Oh yeah, man.
Because I'm someone that, even though I was talking about everybody ask for help, make sure it's easy to say that, I think.
Yeah.
And I think lads, we have to, especially lads, you have to keep pushing to be less, to be more sensitive or more in touch with your own vulnerabilities and pull on it. We need to, in order to have that community and that help. You got to lean on each other, you know.
Yeah.
Bill, was it Bill Withers? Was it lean on me? Fuck, it wasn't him. Am I shitting on somebody else? But grab us and we'll grab you. And you know, that's a snippet there itself, isn't it? That's
So
that's the real, isn't it? Grab us and we'll grab you. You know?
I missed it and I came in late and it's going to sound like a fucking...
That's what she said. You know? We can't have it. That's going to be that's the title of the show, you know?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about that at all.
No. But, yeah, you know, if we're on there and we're having a chat, or even your friends, fucking don't hesitate. That's not weak to speak, guys. That was the message from that episode, and we're going to reiterate that a lot more. You know, everybody needs help every once in a while, in some way. So
just to
get in
talk.
there. Yeah, fuck.
Just release that shit.
You feel so much better. Look, from my personal experience, you feel shitloads better the moment you start talking because, and for me it was like a waterfall, I suppose, because once it started, I couldn't stop myself from talking. When I finally did,
But that's
seek
how
help.
we have a podcast now.
Yeah, it's fucking. But
Yeah, because we can't stop them.
no,
So we said, fuck it, let's monetize them.
yeah. But you know, you don't realize how much you do want to talk until you start talking. So,
Man, yeah, I completely agree. And with me, it was kind of like, once you do it, it's like fucking, it's almost like you're hearing yourself for the first time. And when you're saying it, it's like, oh my God, I'm understanding it more just saying it. Because when it's in your head, you're putting nuances around it, and you're building up defense mechanisms about it and reasons why not to worry about it, and there's priorities and stuff. But once you're like, okay, I'm going to talk about this to someone, and you're saying it to them, you're like, you've almost broken it down, and you're like, you know what? Like I've had it where halfway through explaining it, I've kind of had a revelation. It's that powerful. And then obviously the people you love will give you, you know, and the people you trust who are out there, everybody, they'll look out for you and they'll let you know the truth. You know?
100%.
Saying that, who's keen for a few games?
I want to play, man. I want to play tonight.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I could be in on it. I low-key want to set up me fucking needles and shit. But I don't know.
You can do that tomorrow. You got plenty of time tomorrow. Davey, you want to take us out?
Yeah, everybody. I've got some duties tonight. So everybody, gather around the fire. It's that time of the night again where, unfortunately, we have to say a bye-bye.
That's what she said.
If everybody could please raise their glass or their tinny or their bottle. Or their bottle, Vinno's not on the fucking spirits, man. I didn't even notice that. Hold on, back up.
Man, fucking.
Oh, he's doing both. He's doing both.
I ran
does
out.
not condone the type of alcohol consumption that our childhood bully, Lachlan Vincent, is engaging in right now.
Just for your information, everybody, I was not a childhood bully. I was
a lifelong bully.
I was a dairy salesman, but not a bully.
Denial.
A bad merchant.
Fucking hell.
Oh, you got to be careful with that. But
it can get
everybody,
in many ways.
I'll go back.
I don't like
ruin that. You won't even see this, guys. This will be cut. This is going to be
You'll
just
definitely
beautiful.
see
It's
it.
going to seamlessly
I'm going to
come
leave
together.
it in there so you can see
The
how I get bullied.
professionalism of it all. All right, but everybody, it's that time of night again where sadly we have to say goodbye and engage in our true love of playing video games. Vinno,
I'll cheers to
Reese,
that.
it's been a fucking pleasure again. I'll see you in 2 minutes. And everybody else, we'll see you next week.
Next week.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.